And the United States of America says it is committed to partner with Nigeria in its energy transition plan. This was disclosed by the Consul General of the United States, Consul General in Lagos, Will Stevens, at the 8th Nigerian Energy Forum with the theme Maximizing Energy Transition for Growth. Sunday Binibo reports is presented from our studio.
According to International Energy Agency, over 140 million people do not have access to energy in Nigeria, accounting for 71% of the country's population. It's in the light of this that energy experts, manufacturers, financial institutions, academia gathered in this hall for this year's edition of Nigeria Energy Forum to chart a way forward in order to boost economic growth of the nation. The U.S. government says they are open for collaboration in advancing Nigeria's energy transition.
What we want to do as the United States is we want to become Nigeria's preferred partner for the energy transition, energy access, and energy security. And we're already there in a lot of places.
Others say adequate infrastructure and industrialization are key to smooth energy transition in order to attract more investors to the nation's power sector.
We currently have the capacity to generate up to 30,000 megawatts of electricity, but our transmission infrastructure only has the capacity to wheel 8,000 megawatts, which we have not tested. Expanding the grid will assist to close the transmission gap, meet growing energy demand, improve energy access and reliability.
The sector value chain has to make sense financially. Otherwise, you will not attract investment. So everybody has to do their part.
We have no choice than to support companies that are transiting. So we're big today on solar power systems, on hydropower systems. So even in Nigeria today, we are among the biggest lenders supporting the Nigerian energy sector, the power sector.
For manufacturers, electricity supply is not sufficient until the nation's industrialization agenda for economic development is achieved.
If the cost of power drops, the cost of produce would also drop locally. And yes, currently the cost is very high, but then the cost will be transferred to Nigerians, the final consumers.
Nigeria Energy Forum is using knowledge exchange, skills development workshops, innovation competition for students, raising the workforce of the next generation, and also exploring practical approaches for raising investment in the sector.
The event features exhibition, networking, and conference sessions with focus on maximizing energy transition for economic growth and boosting clean energy.
MSMEs in Abuja have been engaged on business planning skills enhancement to boost their chances in successfully running off their ventures. The project, which is the mastermind of the Abuja Enterprise Agency, is targeted towards helping them design bankable business plans to enable access to credit from financial institutions. Lara Folayon reports.
In the FCT showcasing their business abilities in areas of agriculture, innovation, as well as information technology, amongst others. A project designed by the Abuja Enterprise Agency to help address access to credit challenges, which is a major cog in the wheel of MSME growth and development in the country.
In the next 2 years, I'm seeing these lovely ideas turn into reality, because most of the startups that have presented in the business plan competition have very lovely and distinct ideas that with the little support, I'm very optimistic, that sky is their limit.
His Excellency President Tinubu recognizes the importance that MSMEs play in driving the Nigerian economy, and also recognizes the challenges that they face. Key among them, lack of access to finance, lack of access to sell their market, to sell their goods.
Celebrate the accomplishments of these remarkable individuals. They will take center stage today and showcase their refined business plans and demonstrate their potentials to make a lasting impact in the business world.
MSMEs are a core part of wealth and job creation, poverty alleviation, as well as economic growth, and deserve all the support they can get. The participants here are empowered with exposure opportunities to aid their business plan development towards the successful commercialization of their products and services.
If you spend less money on food, then you have more money that you can now target towards investment abilities. And we want our MSMEs, they are our engine of capital formation. So we want to make sure that they have as much capacity to be able to create more capital, which leads to more wealth.
The foundation being set in place by the current administration in terms of having an enabling environment for investment flow to SMEs, I'm very optimistic that the contribution of SMEs to the GDP will be overwhelmingly above 10% going forward.
This business plan enhancement initiative began earlier this year against the backdrop of the Abuja Enterprise Agency's efforts at impacting over 2,000 MSMEs in this area over the years. Lara Folayo, TVC News, Abuja.